What's good? Wait for none. Try to see if we got anybody in the chat. Nelson Nobles, man. What's good, man? You you came cut straight to the point, huh, Nelson? Andre Ward will stop Tony Bellew. I hope, hey, I'd love to see it. Gregory Wyatt was good, man. Cornelius Littlejohn, what's happening, man? Got Hop in the house. Was good. Boxing good these days, I'd say. Oh man, boxing's great these days. This is a good time to be this is a great time to be a boxing fan. Jerk, what's good, man? Carl Burrell, as usual, my friend. Always a pleasure to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. So yeah, man, I want to talk about a couple things. Dana Jones showed up, man. Trey X is in the house. What's good, man? Oh, Fanon, did you hear that Mayweather is beginning MMA training with Tyrone Woodley? I saw that, man. I saw that. I've been trying to stay away from it, man. Honestly, I've really been trying to stay away from it. Black Ham TV, man. You gotta are you on your computer? Black Ham, you say you want to hook up for a link, man. We can do one today and talk about this together if you like. The Cali Enigma, Ward versus Usyk, and Ward versus Bellew. I don't know. You guys seem like you want him to move up there to 100 to cruiserweight, man. I ain't that big on it. I've had my moment, my pinnacle moment with Andre Ward, dog. I want to see his career stop right where it stopped, dog. That is, you cannot have more of a perfect career for me than Andre Ward's career, man. So, I mean, if he comes back, I'll support him. If not, man, you know, I'll take it in and like that. Fanana Don, what's up with Crawford Horn? Oh, man, they're going to have it. They're going to have it. Actually, I just had a video that I did, but I'm going to release it after I do this one. Get done with this. Hey, hit the like button. We got 27 people in the house. Hit the like button. I'm going to release it afterwards, but basically what I think is happening is that they postpone the fight so that they can make sure that wait for ESPN Plus to have their app ready so that they can charge people $4.99 a month to see the fight. So basically ESPN is having a subscription service for sports now called ESPN App Plus. And that fight, along with like 14 other cards or whatever for ESPN, is going to be on that. They had wanted to have it on pay-per-view with Manny Pacquiao, but Manny Pacquiao pulled out. So, you know, pay-per-view was not an option. So now they're going to hold it up. Because remember, from what I've seen, I never heard Terrence Crawford actually say he hurt his hand. I heard Bob Arum say he hurt his hand. And, you know, what I think about what you believe about that dude. But just coincidentally, the same day he said that the fight had to be postponed because of the hand injury, they also come out with the fact that it's going to be held in the spring and once the ESPN Plus app is ready. So I don't believe that. I don't believe that hand injury shit at all, especially because I didn't hear Terrence Crawford actually say it. I heard Bob Arum say it, and I ain't a big fan of coincidence. Big fan of coincidence. Yeah, hit the like, fam. We got 11 people in here, 31 people in here, 11 likes, no dislikes. I'd rather have 32. I'd rather have a whole bunch of dislikes than I'd have the likes equal the number that are watching. But it's all good. It's all good. Dana Jones was good, man. It might have to be the same day as Spence versus whoever. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that crap. But at the same time, man, I think it's going to be hinging on when they release that app. When they have, and they got to release the app, they got to have enough time for some people to actually subscribe to it, you know, and get, you know, that. So they said it's going to be released sometime in the spring. The funny thing to me, though, is, man, why has it got to be on the app? Why can't you because app is now a subscription, right? You got to have a subscription to see it, which, you know, Lomachenko versus Jorge Linares is going to happen first now. But that's not going to be on the app. That's going to be on regular ESPN. So, of course, you're going to hear that once it winds up being that Terrence Crawford is on the app. I mean, damn, how does that shit even play as far as watching it on television? That shit is just funny business, man. That shit's just funny business. But Hopefully that you can see it on the app and you can see it on ESPN. But what would be the purpose of having the app if you can see it on regular ESPN? I'm not sure about that part of it as of yet. Yeah, Cornelius Littlejohn says Bob Father still with that BS. Smart though. Yeah, he's a smart full of bullshit. Yeah, he is. For 9, this is another Bob Aaron bad play. Hey man, what's up? What's going with you, man? What's going on, Ray Zone 718? Hey man, I don't know. I see that. I feel you, Carl Burrell. You say they're trying to sabotage Bud Crawford. I don't know if they're trying to sabotage him as much as they, he's second fiddle. He's second fiddle. I mean, I guess that's better than fourth fiddle. You know what I mean? You know how that works is, you got like a orchestra and you have like first chair, second chair, third chair. The first chair is the best. Hey man, what's going on? Yes, you're Sean Benjamin. Shout out there to Newark, New Jersey. But it's better than it's definitely better than fifth unit. Hey man, what's going on, Cali Enigma? Said T Bud. Hey man, shout out in the super chat to Cali Enigma. Said T Bud Promotions. Also, I got to check out your video, Cali Enigma, where you said that you wanted to see Usyk versus Usyk versus Andre Ward. I just saw the title. I haven't checked out the video yet because I was like in the middle of doing some stuff when I saw it pop up. Because I told you the Cali Enigma, I got you on my. I hit the bell icon and I'm on the Cali Enigma notification game. Carl Burrell says they want Loma to be a superstar top rank. He's a little fucker, so it's not gonna work. I mean, they can do what they want, man. Until that dude gets to be unless he grows into a welterweight, that shit ain't happening. I mean, he's moving into his best weight class though now, the lightweight division, which is one of the marquee divisions. So at lightweight, he's got some chance to do some things at lightweight, but still it's a lightweight. And of all the marquee divisions, heavyweight being number 1. I think of the divisions like the rank, if I was to rank I'm going to rank them. The divisions themselves, heavyweight is the number 1, welterweight's probably number 2, middleweight's number 3, lightweight's number 4. And after that, who gives a shit? Featherweight probably after that. But it's definitely going to be the traditional weight classes. So he is now in a traditional weight class, one of the bigger traditional weight classes. So that's what's up. Dutch Predator, walk through minefields, watch your head rock. Spence will tear Brooke a new head they fight again. Oh, man, you talking about, man, he ain't serious, man. That dude he's bumping off at the lips, man. He's bumping off at the lips. There ain't no way that shit's happening, man. He's popping off at the lips. He just got beat up, man. He just got beat up. Ain't no way, man. Dutch Predator said, what's up, y'all? What's good, Dutch Predator? Hop. Isn't Usyk too big, though? I mean, we've never seen Andre Ward at cruiserweight, so I don't want to see it. I'll take a good fight when I see a good fight, but, I want... This is me being just before the fight happens. El Fenici, what's good, my man? See, this is where I'm going to be like one of those not radical Wilder fans, but them radical Anthony Joshua fans where they start acting like, making all kind of excuses for fights not to happen, right? So I don't want to see Andre Ward versus Usyk because I think Andre Ward's a 168-pounder. I mean, he moved up to 175 pounds. He beat Sergey Kovalev at 175 pounds, and he ended that career like damn near Jordan ended his career the first time against Utah Jazz, where he crossed over Byron Russell, and hits that jump shot to end it. I think that was a perfect way to end Jordan's career if he had retired. That's what I think about him bending over Sergey Kovalev on the ropes, man. Perfect way to end the career. Cali Enigma, man, shout out again, man. Much appreciated. Terrence Crawford is Aaron's guinea pig. That's why I like Cali Enigma, man. Dog, I'm telling you, man, you need to take an IQ test, man. Because you're a bright dude. I like that, man. He's like, yeah, pretty much. It's Aaron's guinea pig. It's going to be ESPN's guinea pig to help them sell that ESPN Plus, that ESPN Plus thing, right? Well, you don't know how it's going to do. He's probably going to be one of the first people on that channel. And then, of course, people are going to find a way to use that as an excuse for why, whatever, why they share all the glory with Lomachenko. And Lomachenko's about to be fighting on regular ESPN. So I'm going to have to do a video comparing the number of people that are subscribed to ESPN Plus and the number of people that are on ESPN. But I think maybe, hopefully, it's a scenario where not all Terrence Crawford is going to be on that app, but they got to find a way to pay for the Jeff Horn fight. Because they got to find a way to pay for that. That dude's been promised over $1 million. Terrence Crawford gets $1 million. So how are they going to pay for that? The fight with Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Vasily Lomachenko, one guy earned $400,000 and the other guy earned $1.2 million. So, that's reasonable. But here you're talking about a gigantic, a very, very big payday for guys. And they don't have the Kingsland government. What's it, Queensland? Forgive me. The Queensland government footing the bill like they did for Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn. Because in the case of Manny Pacquiao, Jeff Horn, Top Rank had negotiated with, I think it was 5 million pounds or something like that to be put towards the fight from the and shout out in the super chat to Cali Enigma, man. Much respect. Thank you again, man. Always showing love, man. And for people that aren't subscribed to the Cali Enigma, please check his channel out. Subscribe, hit the bell icon. That young man's that's a smart young dude, man. So yeah, man. I think that's what it is. But yeah, definitely a guinea pig, and having him be the first one on this. But hey, man, I just missed that super chat. Gregory White, man, shout out, man. He said pound LDBC, pound Bud T-Bud Promotions. That's what's up. That's what's up. Man, it's just so hard that he's going into the welterweight division. Bud, why are you going into the welterweight division where I got to pick and choose? But hey, man, may the best man win. There's a superstar that can pop out of that division. That's the number 2 division in boxing. And to be the number 1 cat in the number 2 division in boxing, and man, you can be the man for sure. Because if you look at I guess Canelo Alvarez did it at 160 with Gennady Golovkin. But, you really got to be something special at 160 to be making that, to really attract the fans. I don't know what it is about 147, man, where those superstars really go. Maybe it's just, the combination of power and speed, right, that you can get at 147. I don't know what that is, man, but, you just really have a history of, the big time fighters, if you're not at heavyweight, being at welterweight. So Bud's got a shot at doing that, man. Bud's got a good shot. Hopefully, it'll also mean that they'll allow him to fight some of these guys at 147. But yeah, down with what Cali Enigma says, man. He's definitely being the guinea pig on this one for sure. Let me go down here a little bit. Hey, man, we got 43 people in the house. That's a good number of people in here, man, for 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This is up. Oh, yeah, Emir Imam is fighting this weekend. No doubt about it. I can't wait for that. Let's have a welterweight tournament like Andre won. That'd be great. I don't know how you're going to work that money out with that. I don't know how they're going to work the money out because those guys are all super high paid. But it would be great if they could agree to it. And then, of course, you got the sanctioning body's going to have to agree to it. But if the sanctioning body's going to agree to it for cruiserweight, then, why not, man? Dutch Predator, Jack. Jack is my black Swedish brother from another mother. Love to meet that man. Yeah, he's from Swedish. Oh, that's you from Sweden? The Dutch. Aren't you guys supposed to be real, real neat? Fanon the Don. Why don't they give big pay-per-view fights in Mexico? I don't know if they don't. If I would have to assume that the reason if the fact is that they don't, is because cats ain't got a lot of money in Mexico. Mexico is not like you floating around the United States where you got enough people you got a whole lot of people with money that can fly into those things and afford ridiculous amounts of it, man. Oh, wow. Dutch Predator, Mexico is Germany without the power and the money. Answered. That's good. What's good, Prince Akeem? Oh, we got people flowing in the house. That's what's up. No matter how many times I leave a comment, you never reply. Courtney Walker, I'm sorry. You know why, Courtney Walker? Because you don't put Fanon in it. If you notice, everybody else puts my name in it. If you want me to respond to your comment, put Fanon in the front of it. That's just something you got to be familiar with the channel with, man. And I just caught that on accident. But I'll go back and look for your comment, man. I don't have a problem responding to your comment. It's just that, the Cali Enigma at Fanon is going to fail miserably. There's no promotion for that fight. Yeah. But if they push it back, they can promote it a little bit, but you know they won't. Hey, good Peter B. Okay, Courtney Walker. So, my bad. I'll do that for now. Yeah, that's it. But in all, Fanon, with all caps, so I can see it. With all caps, just the Fanon in all caps, or at Fanon, because then it makes it orange on my screen and I can see it. But sometimes if I talk too long, I go to the bottom of the screen and then I go back up. Dana Jones, Bud will leave Top Rank soon, and EH is holding a welterweight tournament. $100 is real money in Mexico. Yeah, that's a lot of dough in a lot of places around the world. Peter B. Fanon, good morning. 5 a.m. down under. Why that fight not selling? Crawford meant to be pound for pound, but people not showing interest in this fight. No, Peter B. This is what it is. They never announced any ticket sales in for the fight. And just today, and this might not be relevant in Australia because you guys it's gonna be on pay-per-view for you guys. In the United States, they just announced today that our channel that it's on, which is called ESPN, that ESPN has a new app or a new application where you have to subscribe to the application in order to get the fight. So they delayed. They say it's a hurt hand. I don't buy it. I thought originally what they wanted to do was make it a pay-per-view in the United States and have Manny Pacquiao fight on the undercard because they got to find a way to pay Jeff Horn and pay Terrence Crawford. So it's not a matter of them not showing interest. It's a fact that in the ticket sales, when people saying that people aren't buying the tickets, that's a misnomer because the tickets never went on sale. And they never put them on sale, I believe, because after Manny Pacquiao decided not to take the fight, they didn't intend to hold it that day. So they're going to push it back to whenever they can get it, and Bob Arum can actually afford to pay for it. Because Bob Arum can't pay for that fight right now unless he comes out of his pocket with ESPN's budget. Because, like I said, I don't even know how much. If it's true that Jeff Horn could have got $2 million to fight Anthony Mundine, that means if that was matched by Top Rank, then that's $2 million for Jeff Horn. Might be more if it's Australian dollars. I mean, I just use the $2 million as if it's American dollars. I'm not sure what the exchange rate is or whatever, and I ain't about to do that math right this second. So anyway, it's not that people aren't interested in it. It's that they didn't want to have a fight. I mean, and of course, that they didn't want to publicize it or sell the tickets. Peter B, tickets were being advertised, but not through official channels. They could not have advertised the tickets if the venue wasn't set and the venue didn't have, and the venue's not selling tickets. I mean, that's just not the case, dude. For now, what's your top 10 pound for pound? Wow, man. Hey, Black Horse Promotions, Pound LWC up in this joint. What's up? Man, and many times is I'm not sure. Oh, Dutch Predator's going about the Wilder hate. All right. I mean, I give you my top 3. I mean, going down any further than that is just all right. Number 1, Terrence Crawford. Number 2, Canelo Alvarez. Number 3, Mikey Garcia. Number 4, Errol Spence. Number 4, Keith Thurman. Number 5, Errol Spence. Number 6, Usyk. No, number 7, Wolf, Midlothian. Number 7. Damn. God dog. Move Gennady Golovkin somewhere in there. Gennady Golovkin, Charlo, and Jamal Charlo. And did I put? Yeah, I think Lomachenko is somewhere up in there. And then that is about it. It's hard for the 10th. But I really just, I mean, after 3, it's kind of like, mental masturbation at that point. Top welterweights are making $2 million plus fighting for PBC. Yeah, after everything's done, they are probably. They changed the venue a couple times for that fight. Yeah, it's like that stuff's not really advertised yet. I don't know what the deal is with it. Fanon, but a special fighter. He needs to get away from Arum. I've been saying that for a while, man. He needs to get away. And not just because he's a special fighter. I want to get him more out for selfish reasons. I want him to get away from it. I want to get him away from it so I can see him fight Keith Thurman, see him fight Danny Garcia. I want to see him fight these guys that are at 147. That's why I want him to get away from there. That's my viewpoint on the matter. I'd love to see him get away from there. But, hey, man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Let me look for some. Fanon, Bob Arum. This is Fernando Valenzuela. Fanon, Bob Arum is garbage. He has the number 1 pound for pound, and he only kisses Loma's ass. Doesn't promote Bud like he does Lomachenko. Absolutely not, man. He damn sure doesn't. But that's his golden child, man. That's the guy that he's thinking is going to get him over the hump. That's going to, and he has to sell him because he doesn't really have a fan base for anything in the United States. Not in the United States anyway. He doesn't got a fan base. I'm sure he's got a big fan base in the Ukraine, but he really doesn't have a one in the United States. These English YouTube channels can kick rocks hating on Wilder. Oh, is that Dutch Predator? That ain't Dutch Predator hating on Wilder. Hey, man, it'll be crushing for you. It'll be crushing for him it'll be crushing on you if he gets knocked out, though. Then you got not only do you got to be depressed about the fact that your boy got knocked out, but also that you talked all that shit before your boy got knocked out. That cannot be fun, man. That cannot be fun. Talking shit is one thing, but then talking shit, having your dude lose is one thing. Talking shit and having your boy lose, that's something on another level, man. That cannot be fun. Fortunately enough for me that I've not had to deal with that, dog. I've had some cats lose that I wanted to win, but, they're fair fights. And if you call it a fair fight, you give the cat oh, sorry, Dutch Predator, man. Hey, man, Cali Enigma say you coming on with some suspect-ish. So that's what it is, dog. Boop. Gotta watch them wrenches, man. You gotta watch the wrenches. Truly you do. Now, if you a constant contributor to the cause, like here, I'll tell you blatantly, because the money for these things, the super chats and all that, go towards the cause. So if you act a little foolish and you a constant, you constantly helping out with the cause, then hey, man, you might get a wrench gang reprieve. Dog, but that's a might get a wrench gang reprieve, because I damn sure had a dude super chat $10 and still get his ass thrown the fuck up out. But that said, dog, you will get bumped. You will get bumped off dumb shit. Oh, hey, sorry, man. How can Lomo get over the hump when he does not fight good competition? I mean, he can't. He can fight. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but they'll try to push it. I don't know if he can overcome the hump just being that damn little. I mean, who's gonna really want him? I mean, he could be as good as they're saying. That damn sure don't mean he's gonna sell. Denar Reed, rich gang for real. Oh yeah, dog. You gotta go, dog. You ain't Lewis Coleman. You know what I mean? You ain't Lewis Coleman up in this joint. If you ain't Lewis Coleman, dog, you ain't gonna be able to slip too much by. Otherwise, my man. I know my man. Sometimes we don't always agree with one another, but if you're respectful, it's all good. If you get crazy, disrespecting people, you're gonna get booted, man. Oh yeah, Dennis Ashby says Lomo has to gain weight. Yeah, he's got to move up, man. He's got to get out the baby divisions. You got to get out the little people's division. The little people's division is not, it's not, a recipe for, being the superstar in boxing. People, I just believe, and this is just, I don't have I don't have any scientific evidence on it. It's just my belief. People don't really get too excited about, 108-pound dudes. People that are barely like, I watch the Superfly, and I'm a boxing fan. I am seriously, I'm a boxing fan. Anybody that listens to this knows I'm a boxing fan. And I'm watching these dudes. I'm like, damn, how little is this dude? He just walked up on the referee. It's like you got to find a little referee to make the fight look like these guys are normal size. But if you had what's that referee, Jay Nady? If you had Jay, that's like Jay Nady could not ever ref a featherweight fight, because it would be looking like he's watching two little kids fight. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have a 5'5" referee. Like, you know what I mean? To make the camera angles work and all that shit. They literally needed to lower. I thought they needed to lower the ropes, because one dude was hanging off the side, like he would lean up against the ropes, and it's like the top rope was on, like, the damn near the top of his head. Just too little, man. So he need to move up, dog. He needs to get up into, like the grown man size divisions, dog. You know what I mean? There's only so much selling as you can do. Oh, Mike James said little people are coming for you. I'm just telling the truth, man. And I like watching the fights. I do. I mean, I like Midlothian. like Zolani Tite is a little bit of an exception, because Zolani Tite is like 5'9", and he's fighting down there 118 pounds, But, it's tough. It really is tough to sell that, man. It's tough to sell that. I mean, if you saw it in person, I've seen them in person, and they're like little boys. They're like little 12-year-old boys fighting. And I love the sport. I love their skills. I would like to watch them fight, no doubt. But trying to sell off, Chocolatito like he's the number one pound for pound guy, like, just because you call him pound for pound, I'm not supposed to notice that he comes up to Deontay Wilder's, left testicle. I'm saying, it was like, that's hard to sell, dog. You know what I mean? That's hard to sell, man. And to people that aren't really big fans of boxing, you know what I mean? It's like, could you imagine if you had football and the football was a featherweight division? You know what I mean? Like, you would never believe that that's somebody you need to really be scared of. Now, those dudes might whoop your behind now, but still, you still just kind of think, and that dude weighs 106 pounds, man. Like, what's the big deal? For the layman. But, like I said, no scientific studies behind that. But it does pan out when you talk about the heavyweights, because that's when you have the baddest man on the planet. You know what I mean? You got the baddest man on the planet. Who, although my man Fanon, they do. Oh, hey, what's good? What's going on, Landy Olowokandi? Sup, everybody? I mean, it says Landy Olowokandi. Black, that's a good idea. I'm not sure what Black Horseman Promotions, what's a good idea? Back up. People slept on Lipinets and were surprised to see an all-action fight. Yeah, I was a little surprised by that, man. Hey, peace, Mark Blake. I saw that earlier, man. I don't know if I said what's up to you, man, but what's up, man? Hope all's well with you. Kovalev also hits hard, but okay, let me see. Fanon, Untold Legacy, what's good, man? Fanon, I would make the argument he shouldn't leave because the lower divisions need someone to bring excitement and attention back to them. High weights don't need more star power. Yeah, I mean, for the sake of the lower weight divisions, he can stay there for the sake of the divisions. But I'm saying, as far as, having, I mean, you need two to tango, But, I mean, it's going to be what's going to be. I see your point, Untold Legacy. But, hey, man, his legacy would be hellified if he can move up there to welterweight. Let's see. I'd love to see Lomachenko versus Sean Porter, man. I think that would be a very intriguing matchup. And I would favor Lomachenko to beat Sean Porter. We'll see how long it takes somebody to say something. I favor Vasil Lomachenko to beat. No, dog. No, Fox Strike. Porter, he'd knock him out. He'd make him quit. Lomachenko would make Porter quit. No chance, man. Seriously, he's too fast. He's done more in 11 fights than anybody else has ever done. No, Carl Burrell. Lomachenko will knock. Hey, seriously, right now, I have Lomachenko up. I have Lomachenko as the number 2 welterweight. And matter of fact, I think that Lomachenko could probably beat. I mean, it'd be a close fight between him and Jamal Charlo. I think it'd be a. What's happening, Les Harper? I'm just tripping. You know I'm tripping. Seriously though, man, I want to start doing this to cats, man, to be talking that Lomachenko shit. I'm gonna like just go with him, dog. Don Banks said, "For now, what kind of kush is that?" That'd be some strong ass shit, wasn't it? Hey, what's good, Tony Snowflakes? What's happening, my man? We chilling around this junk. Porter would kill that boy, Keenan Jackson. NBT boxing for nines drunk. I'm just bullshitting, but seriously though, man, just seriously though, I want to do that to somebody, man. One of these days, I'm gonna have somebody on the channel talking that shit, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna see how far I can carry up the Lomachenko argument. I'm gonna carry him up to like, I think Canelo Alvarez. I would say Canelo Alvarez, Lomachenko was like, it's 52-48, something like that. I think that Lomachenko would make him quit. I think he'd make him quit, dog. Oh my God, man. Dennis Ashby says, for nine, Styles make fights, but Lomo could compete. But welterweight, he gets knocked out by the 5th. But Lomo could compete, but welterweight, he gets knocked out by the 5th. Oh yeah, dog. If you're gonna get knocked out by the 5th, you ain't competing. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Golden Gloves Boxing, man? What's happening with you? If you know for sure that somebody gonna get knocked out by the 5th round, you don't need to be in that weight class. I'm just BSing. Of course, the Lomachenko can't fight it well. I mean, you know what he could do? This is how he can win it. There is a way he could do it. Lomachenko is more talented than Porter, so I see where you're coming from. What? See what Orlando Salido did to Lomachenko. Porter is kind of rough guy with veteran skills, tactics like. Hey, man, appreciate that, Les Harper. Hey, dude, on the corner, I was lying, dog. I wasn't serious. Lomachenko's more talented than Porter, so I see where you're coming from. No, you don't see where I'm coming from. I was not serious about that at all. See what Orlando Salido did is kind of rough. Seriously, man. See, on the corner, in the corner boxing, I was just joking. Straight up, dog. I was just joking. Sean Porter would mug and brutalize Vasily Lomachenko. He's gonna outweigh him by 40 pounds when they get in the ring. I mean, I was just messing around, man. Seriously. I was just joking. I mean, I might have sounded serious, but I was just bullshitting. Sean Porter is way too big for him, man. He's way too big. And he could literally just walk straight through him. Fanon probably got stuck in the impromptu teleconference. It has happened to me before. Oh, okay. Hey, no worries. Absolutely love yesterday's stream, Fanon. Woo, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, Les Harper. Trey X, I'm done punishing Lomachenko for what other people say. Lomachenko's a good fighter and he deserves the credit to guys like Crawford. He does. Yeah, absolutely. Lomachenko gets credit. Lomachenko seems like he's a real good dude. Oh, NBT Boxing says Lomachenko 121, 108 to who? To Crawford? I mean, to Porter? That'd be funny. Fanon, can you please start debating them decaf? Can you please start debating decafs? Oh, man, that shit. On occasion, I'll let it roll. I'll let it roll on occasion, man. Just, on occasion. It's honestly, man, it's not. I mean, it's fun, but it's guilty fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's guilty fun. Dana Jones and have Spence and Tabiti on the undercard. I'm sorry I missed that first part. Gotta forgive me. Somebody's laughing. Fanon. He fell for the bait. Yeah, he fell for the bait, dog. Because, hey, seriously, man, I was just bullshitting. I mean, like my boy say, I was just bullshitting. On the real, he's too big. Sean will catch a case in a Lomachenko fight. Yeah, it's not fair to either one. I mean, it's not fair to Lomachenko to make that argument. I mean, that's just crazy. But he did fall for the bait, though, man. You got to be careful, man. Peter B, the Swarm VIP supporter package includes 12th April exclusive invitation to the Swarm welcome cocktail party. I don't know what that is, but hey, man, somebody want to buy it, let them buy it. MBT versus Wilder. Oh, yeah. Oh, Lomachenko could get Wilder, dog. Wilder's sloppy. You see how he leaves? Hey, seriously. You see them Wilder, those windmill punches from Wilder? Man, dude, seriously. Can Lomachenko make him quit? Oh, man, Lomachenko make him quit, dog. Without a doubt. Curtis Anderson, Fanon, great fight on the Herd Lar undercard. J-Rock versus Gallimore. Yeah, my man was talking about that, man. Trap House, and I checked that out. I checked him out, man. That's going to be a good fight. Absolutely. I checked because I hadn't seen Gallimore before. Then I went back and thank God for YouTube where I can catch up quick. So I got a chance to see that. And that was I'm looking forward to that, man. Trap House Boxing says he thinks J-Rock might get knocked out. Dennis Allerby. Oh, yeah. NBT buys and Lomo will make Wilder injure himself. Yeah, throw out a shoulder. That's what'll happen, Man, seriously, though, and I get Dennis Ashby, I'll get to this as Wilder overrated. Look, man, do you know what would happen? if Deontay Wilder fought Vasyl Lomachenko, they should put up goalposts. They should put up goalposts about 10 rows back. And when Wilder uppercuts that little ass dude, see if he can make him fly through the goalposts. Honestly, dog, and there's somebody that would make that argument. That's the craziest thing, dog. It's the craziest thing. I know for sure there's somebody that would make that argument that Vasyl Lomachenko is too skilled for Deontay Wilder. And that's when it's like, please. And I know somebody would do it. I know somebody would do it, dog. He would literally lift his ass up and knock him over the motherfucking third row over the rope. And I'm not talking about like the way that Bernard Hopkins got knocked through the ropes. I mean, he would literally lift his ass up over the top of the fucking ropes. And you just see a free fall. Oh my God, man. Some people would believe that. It's crazy to me, man. Somebody would really believe that he could do that. Oh, Fanana, shoulder injury ain't shit. You need more. All you need is salt water from the ocean, just like air, pretty much. Erickson Lubin, no news on that so far. There might have been. I heard something about it. I don't have it off the top of my head, though. But let me get back to whether or not Deontay Wilder is overrated. Oh, yeah, St. Cruz into the third row, 3 points. Seriously, man, you know what they had? Dennis Ashby, Fanon, I love the sweet science, but I don't believe Wilder is as great as the public knows. Let me tell you, man, Dennis Ashby, this is my thing on Deontay Wilder. You can look at what's going on in the ring, and that's fair, right? And you can say you don't like his technique because, truthfully, that's the only thing that somebody can say that they don't like about Deontay Wilder is they don't like his technique. They don't like the windmill. They don't like the fact that he throws windmill punches. They don't like whatever. But you don't, and sometimes you got to give the sport of boxing credit. You know what I mean? If you love the sweet science, you love the sport of boxing, then you got to give boxers credit. And when I mean by give boxers credit, I mean you got a heavyweight division where pretty much every fighter that's fighting for championship fights is a world-class fighter. Carlos Takam is a world-class fighter. Chris Arreola is a world-class fighter. Bermain Stavern is a world-class fighter. These guys are world-class fighters. Klitschko's a world-class fighter. Luis Ortiz is a world-class fighter. These guys are all even that troll-looking dude that talks all that smack, Dillian White is a world-class fighter. Big Baby Miller is a world-class fighter. When you beat these guys, it's something. They're not bums. These are not guys that do not know what they're doing. These guys are people that can get in the ring with your average person and with your average boxer and spark them. So when you see somebody's got a 40-0 record with 39 knockouts, who's defended the WBC belt 7 times, Sometimes you just got to look at what the dude has actually done and be like, damn, how garbage can he be? I mean, he'd have to be the worst. If he's not a good fighter, it's some old crazy otherworldly type of shit, man. It's some there's nobody that lucky, man. There's nobody that lucky. Nobody that lucky. Sorry, I get you, Gary Benson. Oh, Gary Misso. I'm sorry, Gary Misso asked for that. Forgive me. I think this is typed correctly. HPLASCLASCO. There you go, Gary Benson. Gary Misso, sorry. Fanon, you are so right. I just see flaws, but I give him credit because he's got the people in front of him from out of there. Yeah, it's pretty much what you got to do, dog. I mean, that's my opinion of it. You know, these guys can fight. It's like, you know, like I can call what's his name, or a robot, right? Like did I get this one right here? Oh, I did. Like I can call Anthony Joshua a robot, man, but you don't get an Olympic gold. They don't hand out Olympic gold medals. You know what I mean? You got to be a hell of a fighter to get that, man. They don't just hand those out. You know, just like Deontay Wilder's bronze medal. They don't just hand that out, man. You know what I mean? They don't just hand them out. He had to earn that, and he didn't do it. He did it really quick from the time he started boxing, which tells you what type of talent he is. And he's got tremendous athletic ability. He's a tremendous athlete. And he's got a good mindset for the sport. Yeah, St. Cruz and Deontay is awkwardly effective. Yeah, and the key word being effective. Oh, Buddy Lee said, I grew up with Wilder, and when I say he was born to fight, yeah, he's one of them dudes like to fight. That dude, he's just got that attitude, man. I'm not messing with him. Way he beat up Charlie Zinoff, that dude didn't have no mercy. Like, what are you doing? It's a dude. The dude is clearly mentally ill. Why are you beating him up? Psh, said the wrong thing. I'm about to beat him up. Got to take one. You ready? You want one? You don't care, man. Untold Legacy, man. Oh, he said, I swear, bro. I say he was born to fight. That's what's up. Alabama. Shout out to Alabama, Buddy Lee. I like someone said, you can go into a bar and start a brawl with 50 random dudes, and you probably won't knock out 40 of them out. Regular ass grown men's not boxers, and you probably won't lay that many men out. Nope. Oh, NBT Boxing says, hey, subscribe to NBT Boxing, man, out from down under. Check out his channel, man. Does real good work. Charlie Z was weight drain. Wilder ducked the rematch. Yeah, that's pretty much it right there, man. That's it in a nutshell. Not boxing. Who's done? I'm not sure what that is. Awkwardness is an attribute. Slap box with your girl and watch how many shots land. Hey, man, and if you're trained to expect certain things, your mind's expected to see punches from certain angles, and somebody does something differently, hey, it'll throw you off for sure. It'll throw you off in all kinds of sports when people do stuff you don't quite expect them to do. And you have to adapt to that. Oh, St. Cruz of Fanon. Charlie Z said he taped Dante's daughter's mouth in it. What? Oh, what? He said that? He said that? Oh, yeah, that's why he got that business. That's why he got that business. Oh, yeah, he deserves that business too, dog. Seconds. Oh, man, much appreciated. Did I miss the first one? Second super chat to Sport Phenom, work with the kids. Do you think TC will leave Aram if Terrence Crawford does fight Horn? I got TC winning, but it won't be easy. I agree with that. Do I think he will? Eventually, I think he will. I believe so. Unless Bob Arum, really does something to make it worth his while to stay. Unless he really makes it wild to stay, or he's got it situated where he can't get out. But it's turned out that most of the guys that got treated like him did leave. So I can't say for sure, but if he wants to get those big fights and he's not making it happen, he might have to do that, man. Let me go check back up here, man, to do this. Make sure I didn't miss when you said second one. If you did two, man, I definitely wanted to say something about it. I hate that I would have missed that. Okay, they don't show anymore, and I can't see here. Man, much appreciation on that super chat, man. Much appreciated on that. NBT Boxing, you using super chat for charity for now? Yeah. Yep, I do. We have a basketball program and a boxing program that we that I donate the money to. Actually, I mean I donate money, shit, every month, regardless of whether I get them out or not. But yeah, that's pretty much what it's used for. And not pretty much. That is what it's used for. Buddy Lee on the real though. Charlie is the hardest dude on earth. Dude, crazy is batshit, dog. Which is probably why he did need to get beat up for saying like he gonna duct tape my daughter, dog. Dog, you lucky that's all he did. And then call the police, beat him up, drag him out, and call the police. That's crazy, man. Because that dude ain't right, man. Oh, I did it on one of your. Okay, thanks, Lawrence RB. Yeah, I always see you, man. I know you be doing it, man. So I appreciate you so much. Yeah, man. 8 and BTA, that's what we do it, man. Gotta make it right, man. Spin got a basketball team, and about 20 kids in a boxing deal. Man, the basketball practice has been off for a couple of weeks, so I got a few hundred. Man, we got a few $100s from the super chat, man. I got to go drop off to those cats. So it works, man. It really does work. It usually get it. Like it takes a while to get it because like it calculates at the end of the month, and then at the end of the month, it doesn't come out. It's like 23 days behind the end of the month. So if it happens in the first couple of days of the month, it's going to be a month and a half before it gets cycled through. You know what I mean? But at the end, but I wind up giving it anyway ahead of time. So it all corners out. On the corner, hey, Daddy P. You're funny, Daddy P. In the lower classes, you see guys with a lot more skill and technique than the heavyweights usually, but those guys are monsters, and Wilder has not been proven otherwise. He fought the boogeyman. Absolutely agreed. Tommy Donald, bruh, just heard your station a couple times. Your conversation makes sense, not all over the map. Thank you. Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. Sometimes I feel like I'm all over the map, but I try, man. I try to have a thorough conversation the best I can. And I know it's not a 2-minute, 7-minute video. So I do appreciate the people that listen all the way through. I mean, that's much appreciated. But I just can't do the same type of thing that like everybody else does or so many other people do, right? Because, there's people that do those 3-5-minute videos better than I do. And there's no real distinction between me and them. So I try to make mine usually between 20 to 30 minutes for people that like listen in the car or listen on a train or listen when they're at work. If they got a job where they're doing something manually and they can hear in the background, and it gives me a chance to actually, share my complete thought about it. So I appreciate you guys subscribing and listening to it because, that's the type of niche. That's the type of niche that I'm trying to do. But people who don't like to listen, who want to hear it really quick, like tell me what the news is, in 3 minutes, I'm gonna give you 3 to 5 minutes. That's not really not my foray, man. I don't want to, I don't want to do it. It's not fun for me. But so short of the corner is, man, Tommy Donald Sr. I appreciate it, man. Untold, remember the one kid who slammed him and was about to choke him out? You talking about Charlie Zinoff? Buddy Lee says 100. Hey, man, I appreciate that, man, for sure. Wilder rocks Tavern. Oh, thank you, Curtis Fanon. Your show works because you're both educated and enlightened. I appreciate it, man. And the second part of it is more important than the first. The second E is more important than the first. Everybody's educated. Because you're doing something every day. You're learning every day. But it does strike me as funny how people who are moderately well, or have a moderate formal education, want to lord over other people's heads the fact that they have it, as if that means much. Because I don't care what school you go to, man, you're not going to know as much. You're not going to know as much as a 90-year-old lady, provided she ain't forgot what she knew, because she's been on earth 90 years and has been experiencing life for 90 years, and you 22 years old. So whatever. Daniel Corlone said everyone is educated or indoctrinated. Yeah, it is. Everybody is. Everybody's educated. Everybody has an education. For now, much respect. Wayne, that's much love. 1-2, my lady. Gregor Rice says no. I'm not sure what's the no is about. Tyson Fury #1, baby. Hey, Tyson Fury. Hey, those are his belts. Those 3 of those belts are his. Now he needs to get off. He needs to get that weight off and get back in the ring. But hey, it is what it is. I give Tyson Fury his credit. Untold Legacy. Yeah, Charlie was some kid who was about to choke him out in a MMA gym. Oh, the dude who did. I saw the dude that did choke him out though. Then was like, nah, Charlie, nah, you tried to sleep me. You tried to sleep me. And he rocked him out. He was like, let me go, let me go. The dude was like, nah, man, you tried to sleep me. Don't play with wrestlers, man. If you can't knock a wrestler out and you can't wrestle, stay away. Because those dudes, that's a slow, painful way to get hurt. H-Town, Fanon, Jeff Horn is going to get his wig split. Talk that BS. The Crawford playing with the game. BNS with Crawford keep playing them games. Yeah, pretty much. He's going to get his wig split. No doubt about it. Because his wig gets split the last 2 fights. So it's going to get split. Well, the face, not the wig. But the face is going to get split up. I mean, if you're prone to cuts, that's going to be trouble with a boxer that knows you're prone to cuts. Money Pal the first, Sleeper Fighter of the Year, Bud Lee. Money Pal, all right, we waiting for it. Aloe Candy says, personally, if AJ don't want to fight Wilder, I'd be more pumped about a Tyson Fury versus Wilder. Yeah, that'd be dangerous for if Deontay Wilder got back in shape. If Tyson Fury got back in shape, dog, that would be a very difficult fight for Deontay Wilder, in my opinion. Cleveland Williams says, Fanon, have you ever heard the Chronicles of Judah 144? He has a great video on Ali. Please check it out. All right, I'll do that for sure. And I think I've seen it, but I mean, I might be. Yeah, Judah. I don't know. I'll check it out though. Judah 144. Got it. Colonel Dirk Urkel. He split his own wig the way his wig is big head round. Yeah, he does headbutt, but it's gonna be tough, man. I don't know how I've seen it with a southpaw or a southpaw that can fight orthodox. Because man, your boy can fight both ways, man. Olu Candy obviously is a unification fight. AJ more likely to give Tyson Fury the fight instead of Wilder. I mean, if he can get away with it, I bet he would. But like I said, if Tyson Fury's in shape, I think he's gonna lose that easy. I think that Anthony Joshua is gonna lose Tyson Fury. I don't see him beating Tyson Fury, man. Not if Tyson Fury is, if it's the Tyson Fury of 2015. Now, what we have in front of us now, I can't speak on because it's not 2015 anymore. It's 2018, right? But I think it'd just be real tough. Tyson Fury's a real deal, man. You don't beat Vladimir Klitschko and not be the real deal. Not that Vladimir Klitschko for sure. And he talked big junk with Tyson Fury. So, but we'll see, man. We shall see for sure what the deal is. Yeah, I know what you're saying, that he might not be the same. The Cali Enigma, Florida International University pedestrian bridge collapsed and multiple people are dead. Cars trapped underneath. Oh, man, my prayers go out to him. Dang. Oh, wow, that's terrible. Fanon, I watched Blood's historical videos. Ali was bigger than life and loved by many. Oh, there's no comparison between any of these guys and Ali. I mean, it just really isn't. The fact that we're talking about him now will tell you that. Yeah, exactly, buddy. Yeah, prayers go out for sure. Yeah, he'll be better. Yeah, he said that Tyson beats him all. Yeah, that's so sad, man. Untold Legacy for now. What's your opinion on Josh Kelly? In my opinion, he's a good prospect, and I see him going far. He's talking about Pretty Boy. He's a slick fighter. He looks real good. He's getting put in deep pretty early. So I think he's got a good chance. I like his defense. I like his athletic ability. I got to see more of him, right? Got to see him get put in some tough situations. See how he deals with, adversity. But yeah, he looks good to me. Pretty boy. St. Cruz and Ali was a legend in and out of the ring. Yeah, absolutely, man. Everybody compares himself to him. You ain't never gonna have, and that's, I think, sometimes the way that you can look at it. Oh, Callie and I did a video playing about that Josh Taylor versus Vasyl Lomachenko fight. Josh Taylor killed Lomachenko. Josh Taylor would kill Lomachenko. Way too big, way too fat, way too much. I mean, seriously, I doubt if Lomachenko get it out of that fight, man. Josh Taylor with like 5'10", that dude's gonna wind up in middleweight. I mean, he might wind up in middleweight, but he's definitely gonna wind up in at welterweight. And dude he's fast, he can punch, he's mean, he ain't coming in there to lay down. I mean, I just think the size difference and the strength difference, I think it's just too much for a guy that's as small as Vasyl Lomachenko. Because Vasyl might wind up at 140. Josh Taylor's starting there. Harold Trim, Fanon, it's crazy that Jeff Horn has promoted and said that Bob Arum Jeff Horn has promoted and said more than Bob Arum regarding the WBO fight. Yeah, pretty much. But hey, man, Bob Arum can only do so much every day, man. Dude, 90 years old. I try to give him a little break on that. But yeah, they should do more than that, promote him more. But maybe it'll happen because they got to remove. They moved it on and they didn't want to spend the money because they knew they wanted to be on pay-per-view. The pay-per-view fell through. And now it's pushed back to whenever they can get that ESPN app ready. Anyway, that's my take on it. Derek Williams, I just don't understand Tyson Fury gets crack at Joshua without a tune-up fight. It hasn't happened yet. But those are you don't understand why Tyson Fury gets a crack at Joshua without a tune-up fight? If he takes it, Derek, that's because those are all Tyson Fury's belts. Every belt that Anthony Joshua has and Joseph Parker have, they're all Tyson Fury's belts. Because Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko and won the WBO, the IBF, and the WBA belt. And then he got stripped because of whatever the issues were that were going around with his mental health. He had some stuff with, some having tested positive for something. He had some cocaine in his system. Just, his life went to the craps real quick. And so therefore the sanctioning body stripped him. So that pretty much makes Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker paper champions because neither one of them got the belt off of a fighter that was not retired. That's why Ring Magazine, even though I disagree with Tyson Fury being the lineal champion, but that's a difference. That's a subject for another day. Ring Magazine recognized Tyson Fury as the lineal champion. And they didn't switch it over to anybody else, even though Tyson Fury's been out for a long time. Till somebody must have bribed him recently to strip him after he comes out, which doesn't make sense to me. Curtis Anderson says, Fanon, Ali's fight against Williams. Yeah, man, Big Cat Williams. He's unreal. He's unreal in several of his fights, but that one particularly was like just the ultimate. Just the ultimate. But, that's what I was saying before I changed subject. That, you're never going to hear, or it'd be very odd to hear somebody compare Muhammad Ali to Floyd Mayweather Jr. You know what I mean? Say like, is Muhammad Ali as great as Floyd Mayweather Jr.? You're never going to hear that. You'll hear, is Floyd Mayweather Jr. as great as Ali? You honestly, and it goes backwards too. You don't hear people now say, is Ali as great as Joe Louis? Or is Ali as great as Jack Johnson? They say, was Jack Johnson better than Ali? Was Joe Louis better than Ali? Ali is the measuring stick. He's literally the measuring stick for what greatness is in boxing and what greatness is in sport. It's not just boxing. It's everybody. The fact that these people keep saying that he's a GOAT. This guy's a GOAT. That guy's a GOAT. That GOAT means greatest of all time. And that's what Ali said. I'm the greatest of all time. And now his moniker is used throughout all sports to describe the guy that people say is better than everybody else. The GOAT, the greatest of all time. That just tells you I mean, how lofty Muhammad Ali is. And he's loftier than anybody. And they come and they go. It's like Tyson. You used to hear the same thing about Tyson. Is Tyson better than Ali? Is Tyson? You would have that conversation while Tyson was active. Nobody has that. You don't have that conversation anymore. That was a very active conversation going on in the 80s and in the 90s. You don't hear that anymore. I highly suspect that same thing is going to happen with Floyd Mayweather, where right now people will say that. But let a little time go by. Let 5-10 years go by, and we'll see if people still hold Floyd Mayweather in that higher regard. Because Ali has been held in that high regard, and he has not fought in almost 40 years, 38 years since he stepped in the ring. He's been out of his prime. He's been out of his prime as a fighter for about 50 years, and he's still considered like that. We'll see whether or not Floyd Mayweather Jr. is considered like that 50 years from now, if he's considered like that 15 years from now. He might be considered like that 3-4 years from now. And honestly, if he is, that would be saying a lot. Because all the other great ones that happened since Ali, they went up, they got compared to him, they went down. Ali name has been as high now as it was. It's high or higher now than it was in 1964. And that's the truth. Oh, hey, you can say Mayweather's a TBE or not. We'll check out in a year. The Cali Enigma, man. Shout out, man. Ali, before he was screwed for not going to Vietnam, was by far the best fighter ever. Dude was on another planet, man. He's another planet, man. Let me see. Oh, Mayweather TBE. Yeah, we'll see. I'll check with you in a little while, Lacey. Hit me back in about 15 years, man. Lacey, hit me back in 15 years. 1-2 said, I remember decades and decades of debate. Exactly. It's been, how many years have you been talking about Ali, man? Most of these cats weren't even alive when Ali was fighting. That's how long people have been talking about this dude. You don't just, that shit does, you have to be some old crazy super special shit to have that happen. Oh, and I'm being as real as I can be about that. Cali Enigma, I know Josh Taylor came in at 154 last fight. Yeah, he's way too big, man. I made a joke video. I didn't even really intend half of what I was saying in it because I was just trying to rub it in faces of Lomachenko fans that, look, man, this cat is not undefeatable. You know what I mean? But I don't think the real guy, people that like him would say that. I mean, I like Terrence Crawford, but God dog, man, I'm not going to have to say that Terrence Crawford is about to go beat Andre Ward. You know, that shit just is, that doesn't make sense. If you think that, you might be a little bit too much, of a Terrence Crawford fan. I like Errol Spence Jr., but I'm not about to say that Errol Spence Jr. is going to just, he's going to embarrass David Benavidez at 168 pounds. When David Benavidez is so much bigger, so much longer, hits so much harder. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. There are weight classes. We're not inventing weight classes. You know what I mean? 1-2 said Ali's funeral spoke volumes. Absolutely. Dang sure did, man. I wish, yeah, it did. A lot of people who enjoyed Ali are still alive. I'm interested to see what will happen when that generation passes away. It'll still be the same, man. I guarantee you it'll still be the same. Because most of the people that enjoyed Ali have passed away. I was born in 1969. I wasn't there in 1964. People still enjoy Joe Louis. People still talking about Sugar Ray Robinson. Nobody that I know of is watching Sugar Ray Robinson live. But what happens when you talk about who's the pound for pound? They still talk about Sugar Ray Robinson. They still talk about it. I don't see him going away anytime soon. I don't see him go. And then, shit, that what 50 years? Curtis and Fanon Ali had endorsements and a doll. He had a, you know what he had? He had several dolls. I have a doll still. I have a action figure, Ali action figure. But he had a the best thing I liked about him was his cartoon. Oh, Kali Nigma. Yeah, that's what I had a Lomachenko fan swear to me that Lomachenko makes Spence quit. I thought he was playing. He wasn't. He called me a hater. Exactly. It was good. 78 Sports TV was good, man. Chilling. Yeah, man, you'll hear that. You'll hear it. That's why I said, like, I started playing with this dude earlier in the thing. Like, yeah, let me just play. Yeah, Lomachenko. I really do think that Lomachenko can beat. Yeah, I think him and Gennady Golovkin's a good fight. And, you know, I might give it, I don't know, that's about a 51-49 fight, you know, I would say. But honestly, I think, you know, if Lomachenko can, you know, keep Gennady Golovkin on the outside, then, you know, he should be able to win. He should be able to win pretty comfortably. You know what I mean? He might make him quit. If you do that, they'll start believing you with that shit. Like, they're ridiculous, man. I heard somebody say something about Andre Ward. What's good, Raymond Murphy? Chilling. I'm chilling. You chilling? Oh, St. Cruz and Fanon. Oh, no, 78. I always start with Fanon. 78 was on fire this morning. Yeah, hey, man, it was a good live stream. I checked it out later when he was giving that business advice. That was very solid. Tunnel vision. Fanon. Ali is hailed the way he is because he stood for more than just boxing. That's a big part of how he's looked at and remembered. Absolutely. Not without a doubt. What up, Fanon? What up, man? What's going on, John Ivan? Yeah, and he put his people first. He put his people first before everything else, before the money. You know, he would give speeches about how he could run around, make a lot more money than he actually made, but that he needed to give himself to his people. And it's a shame what happened to him, you know, losing his voice and all that. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Oh, Romeo Harris, man. Shout out, man. Yeah, they invented pound for Sugar Ray Robinson. Absolutely, they did. And everybody knows who he is. And that's my man, Trey X. Shout out to Trey X. Everybody knows who he is. Everybody, any boxing fan that knows halfway anything about boxing, you do not have to wonder who certain boxers are. And Sugar Ray Robinson is one of those guys you do not have to wonder who he is. Same thing with Joe Louis. And Joe Louis's name still carries on. I am chilling. What's good, Rio Amon? Just having a good boxing talk, you know, shooting it for about maybe another, God, I don't know how long I've been over on this since I've changed my, since I changed this stream that I'm doing. Like, now I can't see how long I've been on here. It's real frustrating. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. And you know me, I love Ali, man. That's my dude. Fanon, I'm 6'3", 275. When Ali died, I cried like a baby. Yeah, it's sad. You know, Curtis Anderson, on the real, I was sad. I was also kind of relieved because it's like, you know, just seeing this dude like that so long, just in so much pain. Oh, thanks, Dark Urkel. You know, seeing him like that for so long, you know, it's like the suffering's over, you know? I mean, he suffered for half of his life. And I mean, without being able to talk, without being able to move, you know, it's just, you know, we all got to go sometime. We all got to go sometime. And hopefully we can go without pain, you know, and feeling that your life is complete. He lived a great life. All those men were world champions, not just the state champ of Nevada. I'm not sure. Oh, you fought outside of Las Vegas. I like that, man. Oh, thanks, Ralph Murray. Been a little over an hour. Cool. Raymond Murphy said, I was fortunate to meet Ali in 1991 at a hotel at Hiltonsdale Island. Good brother. Yeah, man, I've heard that a lot about him. I was fortunate. Well, I've heard a lot of really good stories from Ali because my family's from Louisville, Kentucky. So my mother went to school with him. And they talk about, I mean, I get to hear stuff about his granddaddy and stuff. It's real interesting, man. Real interesting. And honestly, man, most of the dudes I've talked to about it than knew, they talk more about his cousins than him. Because he's like, damn, he said the women in Ali's family are gorgeous. Like they're like, man, them chicks was, you know, they was what it was. So they talk more about that, but they also talk about like Ali's granddad, And my grandmother told me this story. I'll get back to the stuff in a second, but a real funny story that I heard about Muhammad Ali's family is his granddad used to deliver ice. So, you know, when they used to, before they had refrigerators, they used to have ice boxes. That's why they still call it an ice box. And the ice, a guy would deliver the ice to your house. So my grandmother would always talk, and she was like 90 something at the time. Ali was outweighed by every opponent as well as Tyson and Wilder. Kept as quiet as kept. And Matt, hey, thanks Romeo Harris for the super chat. Yeah, some of those dudes are bigger, but he wasn't no lightweight. I mean, he was a tall, long dude. But hey, thank you, Romeo. Much love in the super chat, man. Much appreciated. Hey, to finish the story though on and it goes to the cause, man. Much appreciated on that, man. I want to remind of that. They said in the Ali, because you know how people used to say that he got all that talking from Gorgeous George, like he learned how to sell because he watched Gorgeous George, and Gorgeous George was his what is it, whatever, a wrestler or whatever. And my grandmother be like, that ain't true. That ain't true. His granddaddy never stopped talking. He said his granddad would talk so much that he would deliver the ice, and he would just talk to you for a half an hour delivering, and by the time you got in your house, the ice was melted. Because him and his dad, he said his granddad never stopped talking. His daddy never stopped talking. He never stopped talking. And that's just the way they are, man. So he didn't make that persona up, you know, about all that talking and all that going at you. That's pretty much what his family is, you know. So that's one of my favorite Ali stories. The other Ali story is I'm a lady that was a couple years up, talked about how Ali was, you know, he was real shy and how he fainted the first time he got a kiss because he really liked this one girl, and then a girl came up and, you know, she wind up kissing him and he fainted. This is like, that's another big story about Ali. And then, of course, you know, they said Ali never really did go to school because he was a professional. He said Ali was pretty much a professional boxer since he was like 10, 11 years old. That he wouldn't run, like when they took the bus to school, that he wouldn't run. He wouldn't take the bus. He would run alongside and chase the bus to school. And and this is another thing about boxing. Like, oh yeah, Fanan Ali wanted Robinson to be his manager. Yeah, because that's who he modeled himself after. My mother would say that. It's like everybody around the block would be listening because they used to put the radios out on the block. So everybody would be listening to, they said it was like surround sound because everybody had a radio and they would all put their radios in the window, and then everybody would go out into the street and listen to the fights through all those different speakers. So it was like the whole neighborhood was filled with the sound of the fight. And that's just like how much people were into boxing back then. And that's without you even being able to see the fight, you know? Some real interesting stuff, man. I talked to my parents about boxing, man. And my dad will tell you, it's like boxing is just not like it used to be because everybody boxed when he grew up. And he's from Philadelphia, and he's like, everybody boxed. You know, you learned it in school. You learned it in, you know, they were on TV. So they would talk about how Muhammad Ali was fighting on TV since he was a freshman in high school, like because the Golden Gloves. And they would like put the announcer that he would come to school, and the announcers would announce that he won, how he won what he did in his fight. And, you know, you could watch him on local TV. So it was just, that's how boxing was at a local level when Ali was growing up. And that's not how it is now. So that's why I'm like, you know, you can't be so quick just because somebody's big and saying that, you know, things are all, you know, bigger, faster, stronger, how much better than everybody is right now. Because we don't live in that type of environment in boxing where boxing's like basketball. You know, basketball has gotten better because everybody plays basketball. Like you can just walk out to any damn near any park, any rec center, definitely in the inner city, and you're going to see people balling. I mean, that's not the case with boxing. If it was the same way with boxing, where you could see everywhere you go, there's, you know, every city you go to, you know, you can see pickup boxing matches, you know. That's how he grew up. So anyway, man, that's why I love Ali. And it's the having the family from Louisville too that kind of kicks it over the top for me as well. Hey, what's good, 1, 2? Oh, Ty Legacy. So what's good, Ty Legacy? Hey, 1, 2 says real talk. I'm saying, man, people, you know, don't sleep on it, man. Don't sleep. Those cats can fight. They were raised, but see, that also is why some of these fighters are real good, because that knowledge, that institutional knowledge from that time is still passed on, you know. So you have those pockets of people in Detroit, when they're at the top, right? And that's what they've done. And they really are in the gym their whole life. Those cats can get really, really good. You know what I mean? It's just not going to be as many people at that level as there's not as many people at that level now as there were then. I wouldn't doubt that the people who are at the top level could fight in any era. I just don't really go for the thought that people in older eras couldn't fight now. You know what I mean? It's like even if you take guys in the 90s, you can't tell me that 135 pounds that Pernell Whitaker can't beat Jorge Linares. He fought in the 90s. Jorge Linares at 135, Roberto Duran from 1970 to 135. Who you taking? You gonna take Jorge Linares? I'm gonna take your money. You know what I mean? That's just how, it is what it is, man. Oh, Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard was huge when I was a pup. Yeah, me too. NBT box. Okay, that's not for me. Man, we got 110 people in the chat. We got 80 likes. Hit the like button when you're coming in. I appreciate whoever gave me that. Thanks for the thumb down. Appreciate you. Trap House, what's good, my man? He says, back when guys fought, a lot of Golden Gloves competition. Yeah, a lot of amateur stuff. Dang, Coach John Roberts, man. Much love in the super chat, man. Thank you, sir. Much, much appreciated, man. We'll go to the cause. Yeah. A toughest man contest as well. Yeah, man, you can't just assume that. Those cats could fight, man. Those cats could fight. Because they fought you could go. You could do it. It is what it is, though, man. People going to always assume that just because it's now means it's better. And I can tell you, let me go through the chats on this. And shout out to Coach John Roberts. Much respect. I appreciate you for that. Oh, Ty Legacy Phenom, what's the topic? Whatever's clever. Right now, I'm going off about old school boxing and just people making the assumptions that guys fought a long time ago couldn't fight now, right? Or just because a guy, you think somebody's the best now, that they might even be the best now, means that somebody from an older time couldn't beat them. And I just use that example. It's like you can't tell me, you cannot convince me that Jorge Linares is beating Roberto Duran. I don't believe it. You know what I mean? And I'm not just gonna go in there off a bet and say Canelo Alvarez is beating Carlos Monzon. Monzon. I hope I don't pronounce that wrong. That dude could fight. Or that you got Sugar Ray Robinson at welterweight, and Sean Porter's gonna get him. Or Errol Spencer's gonna get him, or Terrence Crawford's gonna get him. I just don't buy it, man. But I do think the top guys at this division, like the top guys, could probably fight with top guys in a lot of different eras. But I just don't see the depth, which is what is kind of a bit of a shame for the welterweight division, because that's one division where I actually see at the top that it's pretty deep. They got a very good crop of fighters, man. Ty Legacy, yeah, he not beating Duran, not in my opinion. No, I don't think so. Fanon, I grew up in Patterson and Newark, New Jersey. We had a lot of boxing programs. That's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, I don't think there's as many as there were back in the I can't speak of Newark, New Jersey, but I don't think there's as many as there were back in the 1930s. And there's definitely not the athletes really focused on doing it, since basketball is really taking a lot of the great boxers, a lot of the great athletes are in boxing, and in basketball, and they're not doing the sport. They're not boxing. The top athletes are going to basketball. And I think that that's hurting track and field too. Track and field, football's hurting track and field, basketball's hurting track and field, football and basketball hurting boxing. It's just those where the big money sports are. That's where a lot of the money to train kids are going. John Ivan says, Fanon, Ali retrieved hostages and saved people from jumping from buildings. He could have 200 people around him and no need for security. Yeah, man. That's Ali. But it's tough, man. It's tough if you don't understand it, man. It's kind of, I guess you had to be there. And eventually everything will fade away eventually. But I promise you this. Floyd Mayweather Jr., or at least this is my belief, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is going to fade out before Ali does. Floyd Mayweather Jr. will be forgotten before Muhammad Ali is forgotten. Mark my words. Wait 20 years. I hope I'm still here with you. Should be. Wait 20 years go by and see whose name's on top. And he's a heavyweight. So I just, generally speaking, I don't want to hear all this shit about I don't want to hear it. The dude's a heavyweight. He was the top dude, period. Fanon, is my notification showing up for you? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, they are. I catch it on the phone, though. So it'll be tough. Next time I will. For sure. I'll jump in on there. But yeah, I do get your notifications. I'm on that bell. I hit the bell for you, Ty. Legacy. Mario Stansfield. Fanon. Lomo would quit versus Duran. Yeah, that would be real tough on him, man. But Duran's bigger than Lomachenko. Now, I mean, the thing is for me, it's gonna be interesting about. Oh, Jim Bone said, you diss Ali, you got trouble physically off me. Man, I've heard more than a couple cats say this, man. When I was in school in DC, I said something. I don't know why this dude interpreted it as if I was trying to diss Ali. And this dude was like, look, man, you cannot talk about him, man. You can't talk about Ali. And I was like, man, hold on. I'm the biggest Ali fan ever. He's like, all right, man, I'm just saying. You know, hey, these cats want to talk about, I think it was Tyson. You want to talk about, hey, he ain't no Ali. You know? People don't know. Hey, there's a lot of love for that dude. But yeah, Jim Bowen, I can respect that, man. For sure. Let me go back a little bit. For NFL as well as Romeo Harris. Yeah, it's taking a lot away from boxing. But boxing's good right now. And it'll make it better if they would just have the best fight the best. And you can see exciting fights. You know, I think it's making a good turn. I think it's taking a turn for the better, though. I'm telling you, I just wasn't really. I think that the whole obsession with Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao for those years really kind of just like he outshined all of boxing, you know. So there's just a lot of people that really didn't get their respect or really get a lot of the focus, a lot of the communications. Also, I think that this whole thing with YouTube and having channels that can basically be like, marketing outlets for boxers, but impromptu marketing agents for boxing will help boxers as well, because it's keeping the conversation out there. D Hef, excuse me. D Hef, American basketball is so badly affected. The once and powerful West Indian cricket team, Wendy's, are now the shadow of the former self. American basketball effects run deep and wide. Yeah, you got the best athlete. You got those athletes out there, man. Those dudes are crazy athletes too. For real. Those dudes are crazy athletes. And skilled too. Trap House says, yeah, because the attention span is way too short these days for nine. So probably they'll forget about TE. Oh man, the next niggas gonna get inundated, man. They're gonna get inundated, Trap House, with the next guy. Because they're gonna tell you they're gonna say they're better than him. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. The reason I would say that Mayweather's not gonna have the longevity that Ali had is because he doesn't have the stuff outside the ring. He doesn't have the stuff outside the ring. It's strictly what's in the ring. What he did in the ring is great. And he's a hell of a fighter. One of the best fighters that I've ever seen, without a doubt. And I was saying that well before people jumped on that bandwagon. The best Floyd Mayweather Jr. for me was the one at 130, the one at 135, the one that fought Arturo Gatti, right? That's the best Floyd Mayweather Jr. After it got to 147, he was getting up in a weight class where guys were bigger than him and he had to box to win. But still, the things he said outside the ring allowed him to put on the negative hat where people wanted to see him lose, right? But outside the ring, he doesn't stand for anything. He doesn't stand for anything substantive. It's money. It's how much money do I make? Look at my boat. It's like the things that he stands for are things outside himself. He'll be the first welterweight to ever own. I'm the first welterweight to ever own $100 million worth of planes. I'm the first boxer ever that's going to make $500 million. I'm the one that owns this. I make more money than this. Those can all be broken. All of the money, all that stuff, because somebody else can buy those boats. Somebody else is going to buy. Matter of fact, there's people walk by you in Chicago. There are people, I promise, because I know who they are, who can walk right down the street, down Michigan Avenue, leave their house off Michigan Avenue, walk down the street. You never know who they were. And they've got 10 times the money that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has. And you know they got money now. Don't get me twisted. You know they're rich because you're like, damn, how do you live here? And damn, that's a nice ass car. And man, that suit is nice. But you'd have no idea how much money they really, really have because they don't flash it like that. But that's what Floyd Mayweather has outside the ring. What he has inside the ring is incredible. What he has outside the ring is hollow. It's hollow. But what Muhammad Ali has outside the ring, there's been very, very few people in the last, almost nobody in the 20th century that has what he has outside the ring. You could say guys like Martin Luther King. Like if you say who has the social impact that Muhammad Ali had outside the ring, you got to say, well, maybe Martin Luther King, Civil Rights Act, March on Washington, maybe Malcolm X, maybe Gandhi, maybe Nelson Mandela. That's the kind of guys you're talking about when you're talking about Ali and what he did outside the ring. You can't buy that shit you could spend $1 billion and not get that. You can't buy that. You know what I mean? And that's what he has outside the ring. And it's worth what Ali has outside the ring was worth 100 times what he had in the ring. It just so happened that he was so good in the ring that he could get to the point where he could get associated with what he got associated with outside the ring. He can actually say that something that he did, the effect of it was that there's no draft in the United States anymore. Somebody that's a great, Floyd Mayweather Jr. fan, tell me something he's done outside the ring that equates with ending the draft, ending the military draft. Because after Muhammad Ali said he's not going, and there had a whole bunch of other people that fell back, those hippies, and said, we're going to draft, we're not going to go to the draft. What did they do? There's never been another draft. They're like, oh, we're not going to do that again. We're going to figure out a way to go about this differently, which is why you don't have a draft right now. Why the cats who are sitting over here, complaining about Ali and saying, I ain't done this or that, didn't get drafted to go to Iraq. Like Floyd. Floyd didn't get drafted. Floyd wasn't 32 years old, 28 years old, about to fight Oscar De La Hoya and then say, well, you know what? I can't do that because got to go to Kuwait. Got to go to Kuwait. Well, Ali had to do that, but Ali said, I'm not going. And then it went all the way up to the Supreme Court. At the same time, a whole bunch of other people, little white hippies, were like, we're not going either. Ali said he ain't going. I ain't going either. You're right. Why should I have to go? They didn't do anything to me. This is your war. This don't make any sense. So they didn't go. And then they figured out, oh, what? This draft is not working anymore. So we're not going to do it. Then the draft becomes a political nightmare. Could you imagine what would happen to the Republican Party now if they instituted a draft? Just think about it. You guys, what would you guys do if you found out, next week that they're going to institute a draft and your 17, 16, 15-year-olds kids without any choice got to join the army and they got to go overseas? What would you do? Whole bunch of these people go looking for the Canadian border. But you don't have to worry about that. And it has large, and the biggest symbolic person around that was Ali. That's worth more. That's more effectual than a $600 million jet. That's why I'm saying Ali will be remembered for a very long time for what he did outside the ring. But he couldn't have done what he did outside the ring if he wasn't able to do what he did in the ring, and he wasn't the heavyweight champion of the world, the number one sports figure in the world, which Floyd Mayweather Jr. has never been. So anyway, man, that's my deal on that. But study your history. I'm telling you the truth. Look at the last time there was a draft. It was in 1968 to 1974 when Ali didn't want to go. And on top of it, that's more than Oscar. That's the greatest of all time. And so tell these other cats, come beat that argument. Beat that argument. Tell me what Floyd Mayweather Jr. has done better than contributing to the end of the draft. Oh man, Jim Bowen said I got a mathematics degree because of the Muhammad Ali science room. That's what's up. G Health is Ali had charisma like very few people had. His magnetic personality made him very popular right around the world, transcending all nations and races, and there will not be another great like Ali, without a doubt. However, I will tell you though, D Health, just to be straight with it, Ali was a black man in America and never played around about it. And that's the one thing that I wish people would. Oh yeah, I saw that Curtis. Hey, Curtis Anderson. Yeah, Fanon, Dillian White versus Lucas Brown will be on HBO. That's what's up. That's another. It's an okay fight. That's the best HBO box. What's the HBO doing, dog? That's bananas. What is HBO boxing doing? Terrible, terrible shows. But I'll watch it because I'm waiting on the Game of Thrones. God dog, I should end my HBO subscription for through the year, end of this year. Yeah, Raymond Murphy, Muhammad Ali's a powerful entity, never be another. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he transcended. But never forget what he was, because that's the only thing that I did. That's the only issue I got with how they cover him. Ali would never played around who his people were. And it was for people in Louisville, Kentucky, people in Chicago, people in Detroit, people in Houston, Dallas, LA. Those are his people. That's who he always said his people were. And that's who he did what he did for. Fanon, I told you I got you the HBO. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, that's right. That's what's up. Oh, Game of Thrones 2019 last season. That was going to be great. Yeah, Jim Bowen, he's 100% black man. He was. Never played about it. Oh, Gene said, and this channel is the greatest of all time. Great conversation, Blush. I appreciate that, Gene. Thank you very much, man. I thank you very much. It's a house. Ali's social impact is unparalleled. I still think Floyd's name will be around for a very long time, but controversy, money, extravaganza is what sells in this generation. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. We will see as that thing. We'll see. Oh, and Ali he's the ultimate alpha. Ultimate. Hop, F9, did the decline of HBO boxing begin with Floyd signing that 6-fight deal with Showtime? Absolutely. They lost Floyd and it was downhill from there. Because Floyd took all that stuff over there to Showtime. And he's the biggest, the best in boxing. Jim Bowen, Ali raised nearly $1 billion for cancer too. This is a man who reached levels of all. Wow, I didn't know that. They sleep. I'm not sure what that is. Hey, man, look, I'm about to roll up out of here though. This has been another really good live stream. Appreciate you guys so much for showing up. And Tommy Donald Sr. said that's why we love Ali. This is always an Ali friendly channel, 100%. Don't mind Floyd Mayweather Jr. at all. Do not mind him at all. However, Floyd couldn't get his ass into the Lakers game, and that would have never happened to Ali. Oh, I couldn't. Sorry, I didn't do a video on that because I was like, I don't want to do petty. I don't want to be petty. But did you see? Uh, Floyd Mayweather Jr. couldn't get into the Lakers game. They stopped his ass at the door and was like, "Hey, somebody got to call. You got no tickets? We don't know. We don't see no tickets." Ali would have walked right in there, man. Like, this is Ali. Open the door, part the waters. I'm just kidding on that though. But for real, more than likely that wouldn't have happened to Ali. Floyd get bad press. Isn't that really? Nah, I don't think he's a bad guy. I mean, well, I don't like the extravaganza. I just don't like all that. I think that's. I mean, I just don't think that's what we. I don't think that's what we need. I don't think that's what we need. I think we need something that just shows somebody that just. I like to see him a little, less self-absorbed, but it is what it is, man. He does him, and man, there's no shame in being it. He's a great man. He's a great fighter. He's extremely successful. He definitely is a great example of what you need to do as far as being successful, because the dude is works extremely hard. He's very dedicated, and he's top notch at what he did, man. And you know what I mean? That's what it is. Oh, NBA players would have been asking Ali for autographs. Without a doubt. They had presidents asking dude for autographs. But it is what it is, man. We on to the new. But I love him all my life. Fanon, not only did he speak out for social change, but he did it at a crucial time. Thanks, Fanon. Love this conversation. Hey, no worries, Raymond Murphy. I enjoy having him, man. The Floyd Foundation. Don't want to beat him up here. He does give to charity and got a foundation. Oh, yeah, man. I don't doubt that he does. I don't want to beat him up too bad. It was just not Ali. You know what I mean? Just not Ali. Because get that out of there. Stop talking. If I would have no problems with Floyd, keep Ali's name out his mouth. Keep Ali's name out your mouth, dog. Curtis Ann says, Fanon, Canelo loves Ali. Yeah, man, these cats, man, a lot of people do. And they should, man. Come on, that dude did a lot. But anyway, I got to roll. This has been so fun. Thank you guys for everything. I might come back later today. Thank you guys for the super chats. Much respect. Super appreciate it. If you guys, Romeo Harris, thank you so much, sir. Man, Romeo Harris twice, and I hope I didn't miss that, man. Thank you, sir. Sorry about that. Coach John Roberts came through like a champ. Callie Enigma came through a couple times. I can't see the rest, but much appreciated. If I missed a name, please forgive me. It's just because I got a new deal. Oh, man. Okay, take it easy. Peace out, MBT Bison. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.